Eventually, I came to this class after convincing my parents that this was something that looked like it could help me. The people in charge looked like they knew what they were doing. I started very shy and unconfident in the way I talk, but knowing how to speak, it has increased my confidence in who I am, and I have become more open of a person because I control my speech. I'm a hero.
Yes!
Didn't a hero.
Yes, it's not easy, but I enjoyed it because it was for him. And this will take him to the very next level, very confident and able to handle any situation in life.
I wasn't taught exactly how to talk. I don't even think it's that I haven't been taught, because if I'm on my own or if I'm with, I think the majority of the issues I have happen because my breathing at times isn't how it's supposed to be. Either that, so the majority of my blocks that happen are on M, B, stuff that has to do with this area over here. But they cannot decide whether to go to the cinema or the opera. Nevertheless, they come to an agreement to let a coin decide. Okay, so it's just, honestly, I didn't actually pay any attention to the actual content.
We're not gonna give you any methods.
Mm-hmm.
Потому что нормальные люди говорят без метода.
Because normal people speak without any method.
If you come to any stranger on the street and ask what kind of method do you use to speak,
they won't know.
But
yeah, not even one person knows how to speak, because each speaker is aware of only two things that he needs to do in order to say anything. And both of these two things, they are not methods.
И заметь, что обе эти вещи не принадлежат тебе.
And note that both of these two things do not belong to you.
In 1981, they merged with Cisco, the $15 billion food distribution giant.
Which is the latest song that you're hearing these days?
Latest song is English and you won't know it.
Oh, tell me still.
You don't know.
Oh, come
And
on.
important proviso was that Tom, Fred, and Jim would be allowed to
Tell me the
stay
Hindi song there.
all-time low. Its name.
Oh,
Stay on as general managers. Cisco agreed, and today all parties couldn't be happier with the decision. The Langford Cisco facility is in the top 25%.
can you please download the song somewhere?
Download, I can try to download the song.
Please, tonight.
20% of
How
all
about
Cisco.
tonight? How about tonight?
I'll try tonight.
Alright.
All Cisco facilities in growth, sales per employee, profit per employee, and market penetration. They have single-digit turnover, absenteeism is at an all-company low, and shrinkage is virtually non-existent.
What do you think
Most-
about your subject this year?
My subjects this year are hard. Most important, the Langford Cisco facility consistently tops the customer satisfaction charts. How do you do it? You ask Fred. He says there is not
So
much.
what's your plan? How do you manage the study and the sports and
I'll have to have good time management. Not much to it. He is pleased with his pay for
Okay.
performance schemes.
Okay.
Every-
Okay.
Whew.
How was it?
I thought it was smooth. So I have had a stammer for as long as I can remember. Probably, yeah, I can't even pinpoint a specific time that I did not have it. Obviously, I was extremely intelligent because of like the way that my parents taught me. They put a lot of effort into me. I was smart, but people were not able to see that because all they saw was someone who could not speak the way that they did. I went to speech classes in school. They taught me the stuff that they get paid to teach. Talk slowly. They told me to not overthink the words I was speaking. And it helped in class, but as soon as I came out of that room, the world hit me and it didn't really help much. This happened all the way until probably 8th grade, 9th grade, where I was still called down to these, but I just decided that this was not helping me, so I stopped attending them. I told them that this was not the answer to my problems, and all it was doing was taking away time from my school, which wasn't really helping at all anyone. It's been a struggle to express who I am because I know who I am, what I'm capable of, and having an obstacle that you need to use in your everyday life is something that's pretty intimidating because you can't hide, and if you hide, you can only hide for so long. You don't want to become someone who just people don't talk about. You're just that guy in the back of the room who's there. That's not the goal of who I want to become. I want to become someone who everyone's eyes are on, someone people could see and be inspired by. I talked to my parents, I looked online, I watched every speech thing out there. I've spent hours and hours of my time Googling how to stop, how to control, how to avoid stammering, and I've tried all kinds of techniques. Eventually, I came to this class after convincing my parents that this was something that looked like it could help me. The people in charge looked like they knew what they were doing, and ever since I started, I have come a long way from where I began. I started very shy and unconfident in the way I talk, but after knowing how to speak, it has increased my confidence in who I am, and I have become more open of a person, and I don't care as much about what people think because I control my speech. This class taught me that my speech is not a curse that I have to tolerate for my life. It's something God gave me to overcome. And yeah, that's all I have to say. I'll give it over to my mom.
Okay, very good.
The problem which I remember when I first saw that he's stuttering is, I think, when he was in kindergarten, when he came out of an operations of his adenoids, and he was taking a lot of time. I don't know whether it was a trauma, whether it was very difficult for him to go through that surgery. And then he migrated from India, right? He was in India for 4 years and 2 years without us. He was with his grandparents. So when he came here, the shock was a different language, different country, different setup. That could have been one of the shock.
Of course.
And the other was that he started getting very much into these sinus issues and infections and all kind of health issues, which we had to later take a decision that we had to take him for surgery. And I think it's a mix of both that might have put him in this condition. I have no idea what was it.
Here is the idea. All these conditions happen not just to him, to many other children.
Yes, yes.
But other children still continued speaking.
Yeah.
You took him to a speech therapist. He was smart kid. They made him aware, they made him believe that there was something wrong with him. And he started being afraid of speaking.
Right.
He learned that he has to wait when others will cure him. Others will do the work for him. That's when it started.
Yeah.
Very simple. He didn't speak enough. That was the only problem he had. He stopped developing his speech, period.
And I agree to that, because the day he realized that he's not speaking the way he should, I think he closed himself down, and he thought that's the best way to handle the situation, not to speak, not to damage your image or whatever in front of others. So he started speaking lesser and lesser every day, and he just found his own inner circle whom he would mingle. And I think that's where his speech stopped developing. So I had this struggle. I always was very, very worried, like how he's going to handle the world if he keeps doing this and he's not coming out of this. Then I started talking to other people, and some people would give, advices like as he grow, he would realize and he would become better. Some people would say something else. So I started trusting them, and I really hoped that this would work. But I didn't really know how to help him, and I really wanted to help him. And definitely that point was always in my mind.
You really wanted to help him, but you didn't know how.
Yes, that is true.
And you trusted people who had no idea how to do it as well.
Yes, that is right.
And once again, these people were good people, good-hearted people.
Right.
They did their best. They did what they've been trained to do. That's the biggest problem today.
Right. So I definitely put him all these speech therapist recommendations that school provided. I did try to take him to different doctors as well, just to see if anything is wrong with his throat or with any part of the body that he's not able to, because I didn't know how to handle the situation. But then I think I left it at one point where nothing was working, and he closed himself so much that I didn't know whether he's like it or not. So now, as he's facing the world, as he went to college, he knows like this is not going to work if I don't do anything. And I would give all the credit of this whole research or the finding the program and thinking like you want to enroll in this program to him. He's the one who did the research, and he must have tried, as he was saying, a lot of other options, which I think didn't help that much. So then he ultimately gave me your program. As a parent, I have a lot of concerns. I said, I don't know how much I should trust, because these days in world, there is very less thing that you can trust. People do all kind of untrustworthy things. So that really made me, I didn't want to trust. I said, I don't know. But because he said that this is something that is stopping him so badly from, becoming a person that he wants to be, I thought like I have to give it a shot, whatever it takes. So I said, if he has so much of belief, I need to believe it too, to help him. And then when I talk to you, I feel like a little comfortable. And I said, maybe she knows the stuff and she may help him. And if that can take him to that level that he wants to, why not? Let's give it a try. It is an expensive program, let me tell you that, for anybody. At least we live here in this country. We can afford, but more than expensive, it's like 3 days, it's very, very hard for anybody to believe that this can happen. And that is more dangerous. And my thing was, if my child does not go to the next level, it will be extremely frustrating for him because he is relying on this program a lot. If not anything else, at least he'll go to the next level. And that is my point of satisfaction. I took a chance. So I don't know whether it can do it. So I really requested you to do it now because this is the best time. His school has not so much of work. He can do it at this point. And I'm really thankful that you could make that flexibility for us. After doing this program, I think we made the right decision in many ways, although he has a lot of work to do. But good thing is you are an approachable person. You know your stuff. And I have seen that he has come a long way in 3 days. And 3 days is like, I really didn't want to have this 3 days thing because this put a lot of pressure. And last night he was going crazy. He said, no, this is the end of the program. And I don't think so I achieved my thing. And he was frustrated and he was not happy and all kind of stuff. And I said, nobody put the 3 days. It is their program structure. Doesn't mean that you stop on day 3. You continue your journey. And I will request her to be, to help you whenever you need. And I don't think so she's an unreasonable person. She wouldn't listen to you. So have faith that she will. She's your teacher. Teacher means a lot. She's a second mother kind of deal to you now because she has made a difference in your life and she's helping you all the way. I've seen that she has worked hard with you and that is what we needed. I'm satisfied with the program. The only thing is the duration. We need more time because these kids need more time to absorb the information you have. That's what I felt. This is an intense program for anybody. I don't know how you handle the small kids, but he was like, it is an intense program. Like he has worked very, very hard that I have seen. So if the duration could be, a little bit more, like 5 days or so.
This is why we are doing now 1 month program for one stuttering problem at a time. We're going to start group program and the program is going to last for up to 10 months.
Yeah, see, I think that is what they need.
Do you also believe that you needed more than 3 days?
To learn the information that you taught me, I don't think I needed more than that time, but to, I guess, apply it to like the speech, that I think obviously it would help if I had a bit more time with you, because it's just easier to understand the concepts if it's spread out a bit more, I guess.
Okay, and I want to tell you that some people get it in 2 days. Some people get it in half an hour. We're all so different. Some students need more time, others less. This is why 3 days is like average. I've never done more than 3 days, never ever. Nobody ever required more than 3 days. But they may come back and ask a question. It has happened, of course.
It was challenging, of course. There were a lot of ups and downs, definitely. But I enjoyed the journey because I was with him, the one whom I loved the most in the world.
Of course.
I was with him with his most important decision of life. I'm very glad that I was part of it because I myself learned a lot. I was reminding him a lot of time in these 3 days what she taught you. She said this, so remember. When you're speaking, remember this. So I was telling him every single day, whatever I learned, I was reminding him. This will take him to the very next level, very confident and able to handle any situation in life.
Your mom is a hero. But you know what? You are a hero as well. Do you realize it?
Yeah.
If you didn't...
a hero!
I'm a hero.
Yes! You did it. Now I just wish you lots of success.
Thank you. I'll be in touch.
Yes.
Thanks for all the help and for staying along while I said a lot of stupid stuff, but you were there and I'm grateful for that.